This meeting is being live streamed. That means we are live. Hello and welcome to the Talkin' Yanks pregame show. I am BBD. That is my good friend Dan Canobio. Dan, first time on the pregame in a couple weeks for you, right? How you
Yeah, I
how
had a
you
few weeks
doing? How
off.
you been?
I feel
Few
good.
weeks
I have 2 weeks
away.
off. Talking Yanks universe. Welcome to my living room. Excited to have you in my living room. Excited to watch the Yankees in my living room. Although I might watch it in my room. I haven't decided yet. 10 o'clock game, late one. Yeah. So Dan Rourke has been on the show. I love that. I love those. I enjoyed them all. Joe's has joined. Joe's is guessing homers. I mean, we're all contributing. This rotating cast that we have of Talking Yanks. I'm feeling good. Yankees
Everybody's
are.
eating.
Right, we're all doing well. We're all making our picks. We're all making our premonitions. Like Dan Rourke had like an insane premonition. I don't know if you remember that.
I'm trying. I remember that he had one. We've all just been hitting some crazy premos. I found out I'm doing weirdly very well on the over under. Of course, since I noticed that I'm 0-2, but I was
Now
10
you're
and
thinking
6 at
about it
one
too
point
much.
on over unders. Now I'm thinking about it. Your over unders are in a similar spot. You're 7-5 on the over under now, so consider yourself jinxed. So yeah, I don't know, a couple guys who would love to keep the good picks going on over under. As a reminder, if this is your first time listening to the show, we will dissect the Yankees lineup. We will say what we're watching for. We will go over the pitching path to victory, which is huge. We will do the homer draft. We'll do the over under. We will give our premonitions, and then we will stand up. Two questions for you. One, have you seen the Yankees lineup yet?
Yeah, I have it up open here. Let me stand
My
up.
second
I'm not wearing
question,
pants. I'm not wearing pants, David. So stand. And you're gonna want to stay to the end.
stay till the end, see if the channel gets taken down forever. My follow-up question is, would you like to tell the people what the Yankees lineup is today?
Yes, I have it right in front of me. It's a beautiful graphic made by our Talking Yanks social team. Leading off, playing second base, Gleyber Torres. Batting second and in right field, Aaron Judge. DHing, Kenny Bang, Will he bang, Willie Calhoun. Batting fourth, playing first base, DJ LeMahieu. Batting fifth in center, you got Harrison Bader. And you got Jake Bowers playing left. You got Isaiah kind of for left, but back at shortstop. Volpe gets a day off. Kyle Higashioka batting eighth and behind the dish, and then batting ninth, third baseman Oswaldo Cabrera. No Rizzo, neck, long flight. No Volpe.
No Rizzo.
Interesting
No
lineup.
Volpe.
Calhoun's
Interesting
third.
lineup.
Calhoun's
I
third.
feel like every time I go to look at it, it's I'm finding something new. Calhoun third, like hadn't even registered to me. Until kind of just now. I did notice it earlier, but like threw that away because I've been thinking about it. Oh, IKS making his first shortstop appearance. Oswaldo's in there, but playing third, huh? Earlier this year, I think it would have been Oswaldo at short, IKF at third.
Yeah. Wow. This thing needs to be studied, and luckily that's what we do here. Yeah, that's an inch. Calhoun 3-4-5 of Calhoun, LeMahieu, Bader, with Bowers behind it. It's just didn't think you'd see that in almost June.
Didn't
I don't know.
have
They're
that
finding ways to
on
win
the
games.
bingo card.
Yeah, finding ways to win games. And also, like, it's their first West Coast trip of the year. They just played yesterday. There's no off day in between. That's a little rough. I mean, obviously, if you told me yesterday, do you think Rizzo will play despite all the good tests and all the good feedback? I was like, there's no way he's playing. No way they're going to play him in this game.
I would have. And I think we said it on the main show. Like, I don't know, after they fly, they're probably just going to sit him a day to be safe because that's just what the Yankees do. I don't know. On the Donaldson's on the way back. Have you seen any of his updates from the weekend?
He hit a 460-foot home run. But
that's not to, I know he's an interesting topic in the Yankee world, but hey, hitting the shit out of the ball is hitting the shit out of the ball.
yeah,
I think he's healthy enough to come back, and we'll see him pretty soon. And
yeah, I agree.
I don't think he's going to hurt the team.
No, I don't think he's going to hurt it, and I'm glad you brought it up because, like, we're seeing a lot of these guys, whether it's Florial, whether it was Bowers, kind of going off at AAA, and I think people are starting to learn, or if they haven't learned already, like AAA numbers and MLB numbers, they just don't go like it's just two different things. Like it's two different levels. Just because the guy's raking at AAA doesn't mean he's going to hit in the majors. Look at Jake Bauers. He hasn't put anywhere close to his numbers. But just to see Donaldson healthy and to see his timing down is a good thing. And listen, he's going to be here. I mean, for a while we thought maybe he was getting the Ellsbury treatment from our friend David Rifkin. I saw a tweet about that. But
saw a tweet about that.
He's up and he's playing, and I'm sure he'll be in the lineup soon.
We'll see if he earns a lot of playing time. I hope he does. That would mean he's playing well. He might be getting a lot of playing time anyway, whether he's earned it or not. But if nothing else, that opens up at least 2 more days a week to either get DJ a day at first or a DH day. At this stage in DJ's career, it seems like we may need to get him rested a little more regularly. Hopefully he's turning a corner from his slump. So I'm excited for some of that. I mean, Donaldson, as bad as the vibes were around him last year, he hit league average on the whole, and he played very, very plus defense. So there is room for a player like that with where the Yankees currently are.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of
whether you're excited about it or not.
There's going to be a lot of interesting moves in the next couple of days with all the roster movement, whether it's Donaldson coming back, whether Cabrera gets sent down. I mean, Stanton's soon. Good updates from Rodon, even though that's probably further away. But the roster is going to look a little different in 7 to 10 days.
Yeah, Trevi will be back. I know that one probably doesn't fall under the category of a major change, but he'll be back. It's cool.
Does that mean Rortvet's gone?
That'll be the easy one, right?
I feel like he's barely played since he's come up. He had that really good debut.
Two starts, I think.
He had that awesome debut in Cincinnati. The guy can hit. I don't know. I know there's a big discussion going on with Higgy now too. I don't know if it's a big discussion, but I've another tweets that I've seen that he's not. I don't know if he's contributing as much as we thought in the past or much as we thought he would. Yeah,
I think it'll be a very interesting conversation. I think this winter or this early off season. I think they're going to keep all 3 around for this year because at the end of the day, those are the 3 guys they trust to catch right now in a big league game. So they're not going to just move on from one of them, I don't think. But in the off season, there's Higgy's in ARB. Maybe there's a world where they non-tender him and make Rortvet the guy in the plan for next year's platoon, him and Trevi.
I think Higgy might be the longest tenured Yankee.
Certainly longest tenured in the organization.
Yeah.
He was drafted in 2008. I wonder, I guess it's still as far as on the MLB team, I think technically Sevy debuted first, but he might have come back now because it was Aaron Hicks as far as consecutive days on the active roster because Sevy was sent down in 2016, but Higgy debuted in 2017 and he was up and down for a few years and replaces Romine. So
Tom Ace, yes. Now it says Dan Canobbio. I think you changed that.
I changed that.
Wow, you really are a producer extraordinaire because I didn't even know you could change that. First of all, because I just use Jolly's password for my Zooms all the time. For when I do anything remote here, when I do my show Inside Boxing Live, I just use Jolly's login that I was given the first day working at John Boy. So that's why you probably saw the name of Jolly Olive. I'm not Jolly Olive. I'm Jolly Olive's cousin Dan.
Yeah, I know on the compound. Prizeman uses my Zoom, so they have a running joke where he's David, which is hilarious because I don't even get to be David. There's your
name's David,
right? Wow, interesting. Chat's popping. I love all of you. We're having a nice late night.
Memorial Day late talking Yanks remote.
Yeah, we're getting a little kooky. We haven't even said what we're watching for, and I'm wondering if you've got something you're watching for.
I have a few. One of the things I'm watching for is first West Coast trip, first 10 o'clock start. Herman, of course, is my number one what to watch for. It's his first start back since the sticky stuff. How will he perform? They're gonna probably have an eye on him even more so than in the past. even though he did get checked a few weeks before he got popped. So we're going to have all eyes on Domingo Germán, need him to put together a nice start and also do it without any sticky stuff on his hands or pine tar, alcohol, whatever the combination he was using in that game. So that's one of the things I'm looking for. Seattle's very hot, David. They've won 7 of 10. I know they're beating up on bad teams, but they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're 6-1 on this current homestand. J-Rod is going off. He's 14 for 30 on the homestand. Pitching staff is really good for the Mariners. They have given up the fewest amount of home runs in all of baseball, 41. As we know with the Yanks, they hit homers. The Yankees have hit 81 home runs, which is 4th in baseball. So that's a nice little fun matchup to watch. Yeah, those are my things to watch for Seattle. First look at Seattle. First West Coast trip, Domingo Germán.
Yeah, I with you on those. Looking out for some sluggish cross country flight play. You hope that they don't do that. And IKF making his first appearance at short this year. I think they might be projecting who's going down when Donaldson comes back, barring an injury.
Who do you think it is? Cabrera?
I think it's the guy playing third base tonight. That would be my leading bet, because there'll be a few more days until Stanton comes back. At least let's call it another week, and they let Willie Calhoun and Bowers battle it out for one more week to see who survives. Right now, I would guess Willie is the leader because he's been hitting at least a little bit.
It's a battle.
He's got some fun butter knifing you can do to him. Kyle was talking about some stats he was pulling up. He actually didn't give any of them. He just said like butter knifing Willie's a good time if you're looking for it.
He's been hitting when he gets his chances. I know, like, what is he like? I saw a stat. He was like statistically the worst player in baseball, Willie Calhoun. I don't think he's not been horrible. He hasn't been great. He's been, he's had a few big hits, a few big homers.
His since May 2nd, he has started 14 games. He's 13 for 50, so that's a clean 260 batting average. That's easy math to do.
Pretty happy with that.
Nine walks. Has he been hit by a pitch? Hasn't been hit by a pitch. A little surprising. And it's an 873 OPS in nearly a month of play. So good for Willie Calhoun being at least a little bit productive.
That's good enough to be a 3-hitter in Yankees lineup. Let's go.
Yeah, that'll be, I think, a question that comes up for Booney, because
tomorrow
they're dropping a lefty in the 3-hole who probably doesn't belong in the 3-hole.
Well,
but
Bryce,
I think his counter is going to be that Willie has been hitting lately, and they like the way he looks against right-handed pitching. And whatever, if he gets a hit tonight, I guess we scrap the question. But
this guy Bryce Miller,
it's on the mind.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you guys are going to talk to Boone, I'm sure, this week, tomorrow. First West Coast connection.
It'll be a little later tomorrow. PSA to the people. Boone's on the West Coast. We're recording at 1:30 Eastern time. So.
Like that. We'll be back in the office tomorrow. Bryce Miller is starting for the Mariners tonight. I looked up some of his stats. Very good-looking young pitcher here. He's gone 6 innings or more in all 5 of his starts. Pitched well against Houston and Atlanta. Obviously, he's racked up wins against the A's as well, doing his job. But how about this? 28 strikeouts, 3 walks. So this guy's around the plate. He throws strikes. He's pitched against some good lineups with Houston and the Braves. So that's interesting. Keep an eye on. And he's a righty. So I could see how Calhoun snuck into the lineup. Didn't think he'd be batting third. And Dewey in the chat addressed the lineup. That's what we do in our first segment of the show. We do address the lineup, and we said it was a weird one. But we've seen a lot of weird Yankee lineups this year, right? And they somehow score 4, 5, 6 runs. Scoring runs has not been an issue with this team this year.
It does feel like a lot of the times, this is just going back the last several years, the lineups that get the most complaints and the most like, what are we doing? Those ones they turn in like a 9-run night. So that's baseball Susan a little bit.
On a West Coast trip, man. It's the first game of West Coast trip. No day off. I was expecting weirdness, just like this weird pregame show we're doing. I'm not wearing pants. Am I wearing pants? I don't know. I'm in my kitchen.
I'm not wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts.
But the jersey is mint.
Mint jersey. You're going to see a lot more of this in like a month.
Something like that.
Plays beginning. That's not a secret. And I've worn this on here before, so not a secret that I'll be on hook, line, sinkers for that.
We love the hook, line,
Pitching,
sinkers, guys. Huge game, JM Warehouse. Check it out. We're down to the remaining few teams left in the BB3. Me and
you
Drew can
guys
use all the
are
support.
tomorrow's game, right?
Yeah, we're playing. Who are we playing? We're playing Forgotten.
Yes, that's a big
Big
one.
game. Okay, me and Drew Davis versus Trev Plouffe. Did everyone ever call him Trev Plouffe? Trev Plouffe and Dan Rourke, not Dan O'Rourke. My dad says sometimes.
He should.
Where's
be
O'Rourke?
He's a gem. I love that guy.
Amazing person. Amazing.
Pitching path to victory.
Let's path it, David.
Let's path it. Domingo Germán is on the bump. He's a guy who has given some length at times this year. And in my head, the only guy who's a straight up, like under no circumstances available is probably Clay Holmes. He's pitched the last 2 days. I think he's out for tonight. Wandy, I guess in an ideal world, they'd like to stay away from him, but yeah, he's
24 bullets
available.
On Saturday.
I guess for whatever reason, Mike King's 22 pitches on Saturday doesn't make me feel the same way. I think they would go to Mike King tonight, if they needed to. So let's say, do we pencil in Domingo for 6?
6,
fresh.
You can do that. So he's very fresh. I don't think they'll have any restrictions on him. We're passing a victory.
In an ideal world, he's able to give us some more. He's a guy who's certainly capable of going 7. I'm not sure he's a guy we can go into a PP to V and pencil in for 7. So let's call it 6, and let's pretend I didn't say PP to V.
Yeah, what was I didn't follow that.
It's sounds so sexual.
PP to V.
So that gives us 6 innings to work with, or 3 innings to work with after his 6. I'd love to say Mike King gets the last 2. Or is that what we think will happen?
Yeah, if you go backwards, let's say Peralta gets the 9th. And he wants a clean inning.
I like Wandy for the 9th, and then
go backwards. 2 innings for
Wandy
King.
For the 9th, King for 7 and 8.
In an ideal world, this would be 3 pitch. They use 3 pitchers tonight, and they overcome a weird lineup with 3 of our better arms, or 2 of our better arms out of the pen. Interesting. I haven't really dug deep on King to see. Have they been using King in just 1 inning, or is it every time King's in, it's 2?
Last game he pitched on Saturday, technically he got 3 outs, but he did an up down, like he pitched parts of 2 innings. And they went to Peralta early because lefty was coming up. I didn't necessarily hate it. It's not what I would have done. I would have let King keep going, but it worked out on Saturday.
Would not be shocked if Albert Abreu gets in this game. He hasn't thrown since Thursday.
Can't pretend to be surprised if it happens.
He might be first guy out of the pen.
Yeah, if Domingo doesn't get through 6, I think it's a lock that we see Albert Abreu at some point in this one. Ideally, the Yankees can put together some runs. They'd be the first to really do that against Bryce Miller, but ideally they do that, and I think just go Domingo to Matt Crook. He makes his MLB debut, has some fun
the Crookster.
doing it. The Crookster is here. He's on the Yankees, active. Ryan Weber 3 days ago threw 50 bullets, so probably not going to see him tonight, but he'll be back on the menu tomorrow in the event of a blowout.
Who, the Web Dog?
The Web Dog.
He's
always loose.
He'll give you 80 tonight if he needs to, even though he threw 50 on Friday. The Web Dog gonna web.
Yeah, who am I kidding? Web Dog.
What do you think Ian Hamilton's doing right now?
I don't think we're at liberty to discuss.
Yeah, he's probably running.
He's in a basement.
I thought maybe like a cave. I thought maybe he's in like a hot tub, getting like after like a rigorous workout to get back on the mound.
Yeah, he We should get like a real update on him soon, right? It's been almost 2 weeks.
Tough. That was a tough one. He went out. They said a month. It's been 2 weeks.
Yes, said for we should get like
About Canely.
like a he threw, right? Canely, I think they're gonna have him pitch another rehab game tomorrow.
That's going to be a boost. That's going to be a major boost when he comes back, both like in the bullpen, on the team. Players love him. I think he's been in the dugout the whole time or with the team for a lot of the season.
Good amount. I think besides like obviously this last like week that he's been on the rehab, but I know he did an up down and Boone had said like they wanted him to pitch across 2 innings. I don't think he's gotten more than 4 outs yet, so I'm guessing it's gonna be like a 4 or 5 out appearance on Tuesday tomorrow, and then maybe we see him for that Dodgers series, and we will see Matt Crook get used before they have to send him down for Canely, who I assume that
they don't bring these guys
up.
That
would be the roster.
Right. They don't bring up these crooks, these Nick Martinez's, these web dogs. Like when they come up, you're getting in the game and you're throwing bullets. Like you're coming up, you're pitching.
They use Nick Ramirez back-to-back nights when they knew Vasquez was going to come up the next.
Get your money's worth.
That is the pitching path to victory. That brings us to the second half of the show, which might get a little bit speed run.
Let's go. Let's speed through it. Game 7.
And the second half begins with the Homer draft. It's the Homer draft. Last series, I took home the dub against Dan Rourke. Did he get on the board? I don't think he did. Aaron Judge, 2-homer game. No, Glaber 2-homer game, rather. Got me on the board. I believe you have the honors for the first pick of this one.
I'm going with Slick Willie Calhoun in the 3-hole lefty. He's going to bang. Willie is going to bang. He's going to hit a screamer down the right field line at the stadium that they used to call Safeco, which they don't anymore. What's the name of the place? What do they call it now?
T-Mobile Park.
That's correct.
Is what they're using.
All-Star game this year.
Yeah, we'll I think some amount of us are going there. I still haven't really been told. We might know soon.
We might be going, we might not be going. You might see me with a tiny
weird
microphone.
Trip this year. Jimmy's having a baby, so he won't be there. I know that much. Checking on what the over-under line's about to be. So that's
you
exciting.
Might see me walking through Seattle with a tiny mic asking you questions. Did you see the most controversial take video?
I one did see it too. I believe you or Mitch had shown me the most controversial take in there. So
check it out on Instagram.
Excited
folks.
for that one to come out.
Check it out on Instagram. No spoilers.
So I have 2 picks available to me. Aaron Judge is available. We're in Seattle. I just went on a program with a couple youthful Yankee fans, and they asked for one home run prediction, and I picked Aaron Judge.
Nice.
So I will continue with that pick and take him. Don't want to go a series without having used him. With my second pick, let's grab DJ LeMahieu. Has a homer robbed yesterday. I don't know if you checked that one out.
I was watching.
Crazy catch by Trent Grisham. Like that for Trent, hate that for DJ. He could have used that homer. He's been seeing the ball a little better after this weekend. So hopefully he can be full-blown breaking out of it. And another homer would just be really cool. So I have Aaron Judge and DJ LeMahieu. You have Willie Calhoun and
Jake Bauers. I'm going back to these 2 guys that got me probably the craziest homer draft pick of all time. They hit it in the same inning, I believe. Last time I had both these guys, Calhoun, Jake Bauers, going with the lefties. Bauers hits another screamer down the line. Maybe in the same inning, maybe not. But Bauers and Calhoun lock it up.
Ooh, you know what? I gotta check one thing. Is this is a Jake Bauers revenge series? Fuck.
Yeah, he played for them.
He played for them.
That's the meaning of revenge series.
72 games in 2021.
How many big flies?
2 homers there.
2? Okay.
2 homers in 2021.
All right.
traded for, or was he traded from Cleveland to there for a player to be named later that became Damon
Jay
Cassetta
Buhner.
Stubbs, who's not in my book.
Oh, okay.
23-year-old. In what organization is he in? Oh,
Ooh.
he's in indie ball now. Tough draw for Damon Cassetta Stubbs, who was traded for Jake Bowers from Cleveland, from
Hell of a name,
Seattle to
though.
Cleveland.
Great name.
So it's
All
a
right.
cool name. That brings us to the over under. Do you have a guess on tonight's line? Have you checked it out on the
I've
DraftKings
not.
Sportsbook?
I haven't checked it. 6.5 is my guess.
The line tonight is 7.5.
Okay. Oof.
Seven and a
With this
half.
lineup, and Miller's pretty good. I'm smelling it under. I really am. I usually like overs, but my inkling is feeling underish.
Everything inside me is screaming the under. But when I just talked to those boys, they also asked for a score prediction, and I had said Domingo gives us a nice 7 innings. He gets clipped for a 2-run shot, sure. So he gives up 2, but the Yankees themselves score 8 or score 7. Say the right number. I had said 6. I had said 6-2 final. So that would be an over on this line. And what I'm going to change a prediction I made an hour ago.
No, you can't. That's right in the internet.
Just because I looked into the facts of the situation a little more.
No, bro.
No,
Yeah.
I have to go with an over because that prediction was my honest feelings that I told those boys. And so I will go with the over. So one of us is in line for some happy feelings coming out of this one. And it's always these lineups that you feel like there's no reason to believe in. That tend to pull out a big scoring performance. So
All right. Yeah.
that brings us to the final segment of the show, which is premonitions. I'm gonna see I'm gonna try to see what I'm seeing. But if you've got something on your heart, I'm all ears.
Yeah, I think Willie Calhoun gets beamed tonight.
Willie Calhoun gets his first hit by pitch. Huh?
First hit by pitch of the season. He wears one right in the breadbasket, and then he laughs. They show the bench laughs. A nice little chuckle, and then he goes over to first.
They all share a laugh about it.
I don't know why they'd be laughing, but it could
like
come at the end of a laughter. Curveball, yeah, curveball in the gut.
That'd be nice.
Curveball in the gut.
I think I found mine. There's definitely a chance that I'm just trying to speak it into existence, but manifest it. There's a chance this is me trying to manifest it. Coming off of one of the worst throws I've seen. I think Harrison Bader has a good throw tonight. I don't know if he ultimately gets the guy, but he's like he will make a good throw to a base.
Bader gets excited, man. He seems like an emotional guy. Plays with a lot of emotions in his heart sleeve out there. With emotions on his sleeves. That's what I think that's the phrase. I always mess up phrases. I've seen that in that college
phrase. So that's all right.
It's all right. He's the guy that like in college I would throw it and then do like the front flip. There was always one guy on like a team that did that. That was a airmail and a half. But yeah, I like that pick. He usually is a very accurate, has a very accurate arm. Like that. I really like that a lot.
He's a strong defender, man, and he owes us a highlight now. So everybody enjoy the baseball. Subscribe if you haven't. Channel has been climbing. 55K subs. Follow everything. Enjoy the baseball. Enjoy each other.
One last thing, BBD. Who wins? Celtics, Heat. Tonight? Tonight.
That is
like right
tonight. Now. I think tip-off's just about to happen. I'll be checking that out until the Yankees get rolling in about an hour here. So
Celtics.
I think I'm rooting for Miami because that's the funniest way it ends. But
that would be great.
You do all this and Miami just wins. All right. And I don't like the Celtics. It's been a weird series to observe.
Heat all day.
Go Yanks, baby.